Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you know I got a haircut and all my hair is gone, and I'm not going to dwell on it because it makes me upset. So moving on, just know that I went in for a trim and I came out with 5 inches gone. Okay, so today's video is going to be about my transition out of the military, and it's going to be a follow-up. So my vision for this short little series is going to be a 3-month follow-up, 6-month, 9-month, and ultimately a 1-year follow-up of my time out of the Army. So if you are new and you don't really know anything about me, first of all, welcome and subscribe if you can. Pretty much, I was in the military for 4 years. I was in the Army and I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas for 4 years, and I served in 2 deployments, and I got out as a captain. When I got out, I filmed my time in the Army, my transition getting out of the Army, and now I kind of thought it'd be really nice to loop it full circle and just keep you guys updated on some of the things that I'm struggling with, or some of the things that have been really helpful for my transition out of the Army. And then what I would really like to do is, if you guys can stay and watch till the end, I really have something that I need some feedback on, but it's not going to make sense to bring it up until I talk about everything else. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. So I've broken up this video into 4 sections. The first one is going to be job. The second section is going to be about relationships, and that's going to be in 2 different parts, versus like my friend relationships versus my romantic relationship that I have with my boyfriend. The third section is going to be about social adjustments, and then the last and final section is the teaser that I just kind of talked about that I want to wait till the end to talk about. So if you want to skip to a certain section within the video, I'll leave the time links below, but if not, I hope that you stay and watch the whole video, and I can just talk to you guys about kind of what I've been going through, and ultimately I'm hoping that this will help someone out there that is a veteran, or is someone that is just curious about what veterans transition is like, and who is, you know, ultimately like interested and willing to listen to about, at least from my point of view. So first things first is my job. So ultimately, I think I made the right decision getting out of the military. Nothing against the Army. It was just not something that I wanted to make a career out of. And so I made the transition, and I think I did it okay. I was able to line up a job prior to ever getting out. I took a couple weeks off. And the reason why I say 3-month follow-up is, even though I've been with my job for 4 months, my actual ETS date was 3 months ago, which is kind of how the timing is sort of lined up with this video. And so with me being at my job for 4 months, I think I can dabble just a little bit about my experience with it. I've been really enjoying it so far. Pretty much, if you guys didn't watch my video, which I will link somewhere, what my new job is about. I'm a consultant for nonprofits, and I help them with fundraising. It's a very different type of work than what I did in the Army, which I was in logistics in the Army for a heavy maneuver unit with tanks and Bradleys, so completely different career field. But I've been really enjoying it so far. I love the people that I work with. I have some amazing coworkers. I've been really enjoying it. I can't have enough good things to say about my job. With that being said, it is like drinking out of a fire hose. Like when you first got into the Army, you felt like you were drinking out of the fire hose. I will say though, the Army gives you so much extensive training prior to getting on the job, versus in the civilian sector, I don't think it's as much. I did get a little bit of training, but I trained for my military job, you know, 4 years while I was in college, additional 3 months for an officer course, and the entire summer of my junior year. So there was like a lot of additional training that I got prior to getting into the Army that obviously the civilian force doesn't do. That's understandable. But anyway, so definitely I've been drinking out of the fire hose for the last 3-4 months, to try to get up to speed and making sure that I'm doing my job to the correct performance. And I'm still in that drinking out of the fire hose phase, and I don't think I'm going to be out of that phase for at least probably another 6 months, I would say. And that's okay, and I understand that, and I've come to terms with that, and I've accepted it. The second section is about relationships, and first I want to talk about friendships. So when I moved to New York City, I literally knew no one. I had one friend from my sorority who was here, but she is constantly out of the city. She's never here. And so I really did move to the city from scratch. And I definitely moved for this job. So I will say that it has been a very unique, I will say that it's been an experience trying to make friends from scratch, and comment below if you want to see a video of how I learned to make new friends and cultivate those relationships. I've definitely had to go out of my comfort zone doing that and not complaining about it, but that's been a learning experience all of its own. I definitely think like within the military, you make friends based on your rank. You're friends with people who are the same rank as you, but in the civilian side, people don't wear ranks on their chest, more indicating like who they are and what they do. And so it's a little bit of a different ball game. And so if that's something that you're interested in seeing, you know, let me know in the comments below. But I've been really enjoying the friends that I've been making here, and I really think that I have the start of a lot of really good friendships, and so I am really excited about where I am in my life with that. So the next part of the relationship that I want to talk about is the relationship that I have with my boyfriend. So with me getting out of the military and Will still being in the military, and me trying to, you know, still have a career, because it's very difficult sometimes for some military spouses to continue their careers with the amount that you move. So we are currently long distance right now, and if you don't know anything about Will and I's relationship and you haven't been watching my channel, Will and I have been together 3 years. We met in the military and we've been together ever since, and I love him. He's an amazing person. He is still in the military, so it's an interesting dynamic because I still feel connected to the military through him. Like, we'll talk about things, and it's really interesting because there'll be times where I'll vent to him about something with work or something related to social life or whatever, and he will put it in military terms that I understand from his perspective, and I then also understand it a little bit better and figure out ways to like deal with what I'm dealing with. And so it's a very interesting dynamic, but it's one that I'm happy about. One thing that has been nice about him and I being long distance is that it has forced me to go out and make friends and do things on my own. If Will was here with me in New York, I would definitely just want to spend time with him all the time, and we would just do things together, and I wouldn't try to make relationships outside of us. As horrible as that sounds, I know it's the truth, and so I am kind of glad that I at least have a little bit alone, because it has forced me to, you know, cultivate and make relationships on my own outside of him. Next part that I want to talk about is kind of social adjustments that I've had to make. I've been told a lot of times from my coworkers that I'm very blunt. I prefer the term straightforward, and it's true. Like in the military, you know, you do just talk very straightforward. You get to the point and like move on to the next thing. But I find that sometimes not everyone talks that way. They do kind of go around the bush a little bit, and you kind of have to decipher what they're talking about, and that's just not my communication style, and I don't really want to change that, to be honest. Like, I enjoy the fact that I'm straightforward, and I understand that I probably need to, you know, maybe soften my approach a little bit though with my straightforwardness, and that's something that I'm working on. And speaking of softening, another social adjustment that I've had to make is being a little bit more sensitive towards feelings. And I know that sounds kind of strange, but you know, I wish I could say this more eloquently, and I don't know how to, so I'm just gonna put it out there. You know, in the military, we pick on each other all the time, we make jabs at each other, and it's all in good fun. Sometimes it's not all in good fun, but it happens regardless. And on the civilian side, I think that what I have found in my experience so far is that I have to be a little bit softer. You know, some people don't really like getting picked on, even if it's all in good fun, or they don't necessarily appreciate like little jabs. Even if it's all in good faith and fun, some people just aren't open to that, and I've had to be cognizant of that because that is a culture within the military that just doesn't transfer out. At least in my experience. I think probably some people are open to it, but in my experience, not as much. If you guys have stuck around this long in the video, I am super appreciative. Thank you so much. Please give this video a like. My last thing that I wanted to talk about is I want to give back, and I don't really know how. And so I am totally open to ideas. Please leave them below. Put, you know, like message me on Instagram, like however you want to contact me. I really, really want to give back. I feel like the military did give me so much, but I just don't know how to give back. And I don't want it to be just through like a donation, and I don't want it to stop at like the videos that I'm making, because I know that my videos have helped some people in the military. I want to be able to give back in another way, and I just don't know how yet. And so I'd be really open to ideas that you guys have on how I could give back and appreciate and show appreciation to my time in the military and like what I've learned and like how much I've grown from it. So if you guys have any ideas, please leave them in the comment section below, or, you know, message me on Instagram. My Instagram, I'll put it on the screen here. Please go follow me if you want to know a little bit more about me there. And yeah, so this was my 3-month follow-up, guys, out of the military. Definitely still feeling like I am in a transitional phase. I still think I'm going to be like that for a little bit. It's a complete lifestyle change, and I've completely moved across the country and started a different job, so I think it comes expected, and I don't think that some people understand just quite how much of an adjustment it is. So if you are someone that isn't in the military and just was curious, I hope that this video was a little bit more informative for you about kind of the transition from a military veteran perspective. And then if you are someone who is in the military that is transitioning, I hope this video was helpful for you. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm really excited for more content that's coming out of my channel, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, like this button, turn on the bell, and follow me on other social media. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.